In Fremont County now, the Hess Heritage Museum in Ashton is being auctioned off with all of its items. But after our story ran last week, we received a call from Layne Dearden, who isn't happy that his donated item is being sold. His family donated a sheep camp 15 years ago. The family would come back to the museum to see their cherished relic. But with the items now being sold, Eyewitness News reporter Stephen Pope shows us how they're worried they'll never see it again.
I'd love to get it back, and as a retired school teacher, I'm not going to be able to bid what some other people will that are looking for lawn ornaments or something fun or something to sell for profit to another person. For us, it's our heritage, it's our family history.
But in all likelihood, Layne Dearden will not be able to get his sheep camp back. Dearden donated it to the Hess Heritage Museum over 15 years ago and was good friends with the museum owners who have since passed away.
My father and my grandfather and my great-grandfather, that's how they made their living in Henefer, Utah. This sheep camp has been in the family for at least 100 years.
Dearden's family thought it was a good idea to put the sheep camp in the museum, figuring they'd be able to see it any time they wanted. Now with the items being sold off, they may never get to see it again.
What they're doing, I'm sure, is legal, but it certainly doesn't have heart and it doesn't have graciousness.
Tanner Hernandez with Primetime Auctions declined to comment on camera due to the negative publicity, but did have this to say. Anybody who has a written agreement to get museum items back were able to, and likened Dearden's request for his sheep camp back to giving someone a birthday present and then asking for it back when they died. Stephen Pope, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
The auction starts Friday at 4 p.m. and the sheep camp is expected to be auctioned off Saturday. Dearden plans to bid on it, but expects a couple $100 just won't be enough. The money from the auction goes to scholarships at BYU, Idaho. Now, this story has many of you talking, so it is our turn to listen tonight. Jeremy in Rigby writes, I agree with Mr. Dearden. I am in a similar situation. My grandpa donated several items. We feel that when you donate an item to a museum, it should stay there as a legacy. If the museum fails, those donated items should be returned to the family where they belong, or at least asked for permission to sell them.